Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at two Damasko watches. On the left here we have the on the left we have the DA37, and on the right we have the DS30. So one thing to notice right off the bat is the cases are slightly different colors, and the thicknesses are also quite a bit different. But the DA37 on the bottom is ice hardened steel, and the DS30 on the top here is submarine steel. The submarine steel is just edge hardened, so it does have scratch resistance, but not as scratch resistant as the ice hardened steel. But still, this is plenty resistant to scratches. Normal everyday use, I think this will look like a new watch for many years to come. The ice hardened case, the hardening goes thicker into the metal. I'm not sure how thick it is exactly, but it is thicker than with the submarine steel. And the ice hardened steel has a hardness of HRC 60, and I believe that is 710 on the Vickers scale. I'm more used to the Rockwell scale. So this DS30 is the ocean blue version, and I bought this one used, and the DA37 is on loan from Art. So thanks again, Art, for sending it in and letting us check it out. Anyway, I bought this one used, and it has a customized blue second hand. I would have preferred the orange, but like I said, I bought it used. So speaking of buying these watches, the price on the DS30 with the ocean blue dial is $1,008. The black dial is a little bit less, but it's not quite a moot point yet. I think you can still buy these, but these have been replaced with the DK30, which has no date, and the DK32 has a date. And I think those are, I think it's $1,400 for the DK30, and I think it's $1,600 for the DK32. Those have the in-house Damasko movement with the display case back. So I may get one of those eventually. It'll be a while. I'll probably pick them up on the used market. So back into the comparison video here. Since I talked about the thickness, I can talk about that real quick with the exact numbers. The DA37 is 12.7 millimeter thick, and the DS30 is 10.1 millimeter thick. Yeah, I know that's only 2.5, about 2.5 millimeters, but on a percentage basis, it's quite a bit different between these two watches. I'm not sure why the thickness is so different, because believe it or not, the DS30 is rated to 200 meter water resistance, and the DA37 is rated to 100 meter. I would have figured it'd be the other way around. I would have assumed the thicker watch was more water resistant, but it's not. And also both of these watches are negative pressure resistant, so that would be if you're in a vacuum, or if you're a pilot or something like that, the crystal could potentially pop out if the pressure on the inside is greater than the pressure on the out in the atmosphere. I'm not sure how common of an experience that would be, but that ability is there. Both of these watches are anti-magnetic. They're both shock-proof. They both have the Viton seals and gaskets. So there's a lot of similarities between these watches. They are both hardened, as I mentioned earlier. Although this one is not quite as hard, but it's plenty hard enough. So let's go over the other dimensions of these two watches. Lug to lug is slightly smaller on the DS30. The DS30 is 47.6 compared to 48.5 on the DA37. Case diameter on the DA37, my left hand here, is 1 millimeter larger than the DS30 at 39. As we already went over the thickness, again 10.1 on this and 12.7 on this. The lug width on both of these is the same at 20, and both of these straps taper down to 18 from 20. Nice taper here. The strap on this one does blossom out right below the lugs. It goes out to 24. Not sure if you can see that here. Yeah, so it comes out to 24 and then it tapers down to 18. These come on leather with a little protector for the buckle here. And then this is I believe this is the Hirsch Robbie strap. Feels very comfortable on wrist. It always seems like it's really flimsy to me, and I'm afraid of breaking the strap, but obviously I haven't had any issues with it breaking. Yeah, right there you can see the H for Hirsch and then Robbie. Looks like it may have had, or was supposed to have, quick release, and it looks like it's curved and spring bars as well. The other difference is the DS30 just has a date, and the DA37 has the day and the date. So the DA37 has the ETA 2836-2 movement, and the DS30 has the ETA 2824-2 movement. Both have AR coating. AR coating on the top and underside on a sapphire crystal. It's some amazing AR coating on here. You really don't even notice the crystal. Especially on the white dial, that one just really disappears. The blue dial, you can see a little bit more reflection. But either of these will make a great watch. I did not talk about the price on the DA37. So the DA37 is $1,150, and again the DS30 is $1,008. That was on the Watchman website. Crown size on the DS30 is slightly smaller as well. This is 5.9 millimeter versus 6.5 millimeter. The crown stem, case back, case, bezel, everything metal on this watch is hardened and very scratch resistant. I like that the DS30 has a color matched date wheel. It blends in very nicely. So I don't mind that the date window is not framed. I do appreciate that it is a square date window. And also the date window on the DA37 is color matched. Now, if you don't know already or haven't noticed, this is a full lume dial. The date wheel, however, is not lumed, which I don't think I have ever seen a lumed date wheel. So when you look at the lume, you'll notice that. I think I've gone over all the specs. Actually, we can take a look at the case back real quick. You see some German writing on here. So there's the model number DA37. 10 ATM, 100 meter water resistant, made in Germany. There's some German words I'm not going to, well, this one's Edelstahl. I think that one's stainless steel. And then it says HRC 60. And this one means shock resistant, and then anti-magnetics on there. So it's a nice case back. Everything's engraved on there that you need to know. Let's take a look at the DS30 case back real quick, and then we can get into the wrist shots and then lume at the end of the video. So Edelstahl, that's stainless steel. I'm not sure what this word is here. I'll have to look that up. And again, that is shock resistant. So this doesn't say anti-magnetic on the back, so perhaps this one is not anti-magnetic. I looked up on the website and it said it was, so that could make up for the difference in the thickness on this, because this one would have a like an iron cage in there to protect the movement. So that could be the difference there. All right, let's get these on wrist. And if you haven't already subscribed, please take a moment and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you liked it. Leave me a comment below. Let me know which of these two watches you would choose, or if you have a Damasko watch yourself. I'm actually a pretty big fan of Damasko. I like their watches. I like that they do a lot of the things in-house, and now they have the in-house movement, so just another step in the right direction there. Let's get the DS30 on wrist first. I think both of these fit my wrist pretty well, quite well actually. My 6.5-inch wrist. I'm almost to the very last hole position on this strap. I'm not sure which of these watches I would choose. If I could only choose one. I might be selling some watches off, so I may be making that decision in the future. I really wish I could have gotten this with either a white or yellow or orange second hand. The blue is kind of a interesting choice. I would not have chosen that, but it's what I could get at the time. Yeah, such a great watch. Very legible. There's not much I would change on this. Another thing I noticed too is this looks... Oops, sorry, let me zoom back in. This one has a milled buckle. I'm assuming that's a milled buckle. Looks like it is to me. The tang is stamped. And then the DA37 has a stamped buckle. So let's get the DA37 on wrist. It's a very nice strap. I like the color match stitching. This one has color match stitching as well. Blue, and then the blue urethane or rubber that matches the dial. Sorry about that. Bump the camera there. All right, here we go. The white dial definitely makes it look a bit bigger. But again, the lug-to-lug is only 1 millimeter larger than, actually slightly less than 1 millimeter larger than the DS30. My wristband is 52 millimeter, 6.5-inch diameter wrist. And again, lug-to-lug on this is 48.5. Here we are side by side. And then just the DA37 by itself. All right, let's check out the Lume. Well, I'm sure you don't need me to tell you which watch is which, but on the left we have the DA37 full Lume dial, and on the right we have the DS30. Obviously the Lume on the left is much brighter than the Lume on the right, but the DS30 is not bad at all. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, you can see the date window is not loomed, which is fine. Just you'll see a little black spot on the dial there. But I do appreciate the full Lume dial. It's very easy to read. And the DS30 is good as well. So let me know which of these two watches you would choose. And again, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.